Don't forget to subscribe. Afterwards, the wisest and most spiritual books from the greatest authors await you every day. And now buckle up, sit back and we'll begin.
It is impossible to underestimate the significance of your today's choices. Gautama Buddha. Flower and thorn are in the same stem. The secret of health for both mind and body is: live the present moment wisely and earnestly. The greatest action is not conforming with the world's ways. Our life is a creation of our mind. Even loss and betrayal can bring us awakening. The trouble is you think you have time. I know what I gave them, I don't know what they received. To conquer oneself is a greater task than conquering others. Only those who go where few have gone can see what few have seen. One moment can change a day, one day can change a life, and one life can change the world. Observe the life by cause and consequence. Explore the life by wisdom. Treat the life by equality. Complete the life by love. When you like a flower, you just pluck it. But when you love a flower, you water it daily. Attachment is the source of all suffering. Like a lovely flower full of color but lacking in fragrance, are the words of those who do not practice what they teach. Life is easy for the man who is without shame, impudent as a crow, a vicious gossip, vain, meddlesome, dissolute. But life is hard for the man who quietly undertakes the way of perfection, with purity, detachment and vigor. He sees light. Don't keep searching for the truth, just let go of your opinions. The thought manifests as the word manifests as the deed. The deed develops into habit, and the habit hardens into character. So watch the thought and its ways with care, and let it spring from love, born out of concern for all beings. You only lose that which you cling to. There has to be evil so that good can prove its purity above it. To live a pure, unselfish life, one must count nothing as one's own in the midst of abundance. Change is never painful. Only the resistance to change is painful. Don't pray for lighter burdens, but for stronger backs. Treat others with respect. How you treat others will be how they treat you. Letting go of our suffering is the hardest work we will ever do. The greatest impurity is ignorance. Free yourself from it. Be pure. Offend in neither word nor deed. Eat with moderation. Live in your heart. Seek the highest consciousness. Master yourself according to the law. This is the simple teaching of the awakened. Don't indulge in careless behavior. Don't be the friend of sensual pleasures. He who meditates attentively attains abundant joy. We are formed and molded by our thoughts. Those whose minds are shaped by selfless thoughts give joy when they speak or act. Let yourself be open and life will be easier. A spoon of salt in a glass of water makes the water undrinkable. A spoon of salt in a lake is almost unnoticed. As solid rock remains unmoved by the wind, so the wise remain unmoved by blame and praise. Why cling to the pain and the wrongs of yesterday? Why hold on to the very things that keep you from hope and love? Better than a meaningless story of 1,000 words is a single word of deep meaning which, when heard, produces peace. You are far from the end of your journey. The way is not in the sky. The way is in the heart. See how you love. There are two things that we should avoid, O disciple. A life of pleasures, that is low and vain. A life of mortification, that is useless and vain. Within this moment, the only moment that exists, the past, present and future are contained. Foolish, ignorant people indulge in careless lives, whereas a clever man guards his attention as his most precious possession. Your mind is a powerful thing. When you filter it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change. Happy are those who have overcome their egos. Happy are those who have attained peace. Happy are those who have found the truth. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. The only way to bring peace to the earth is to learn to make our own life peaceful. It is the fool who is haunted by fears, dread of dangers, oppression of mind, not the wise man. If you light a lamp for somebody, it will also brighten your path. Do not be jealous of others' good qualities, but out of admiration adopt them yourself. Beware of the anger of the mouth. Master your words. Let them serve truth. Only within our body, with its heart and mind, can bondage and suffering be found, and only here can we find true liberation. If we fail to look after others when they need help, who will look after us? Few cross over the river. Most are stranded on this side. On the riverbank they run up and down. But the wise man, following the way, crosses over, beyond the reach of death. He leaves the dark way for the way of light. Sometimes it's better to be kind than to be right. We do not need an intelligent mind that speaks, but a patient heart that listens. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Greed is an imperfection that defiles the mind. Hate is an imperfection that defiles the mind. Delusion is an imperfection that defiles the mind. He who is grateful doesn't suffer. It is impossible to underestimate the significance of your today's choices. Flower and thorn are in the same stem. The secret of health for both mind and body is: live the present moment wisely and earnestly. The greatest action is not conforming with the world's ways. Our life is a creation of our mind. Even loss and betrayal can bring us awakening. The trouble is you think you have time. I know what I gave them, I don't know what they received. To conquer oneself is a greater task than conquering others. Only those who go where few have gone can see what few have seen. One moment can change a day, one day can change a life, and one life can change the world. Observe the life by cause and consequence. Explore the life by wisdom. Treat the life by equality. Complete the life by love. When you like a flower, you just pluck it. But when you love a flower, you water it daily. Attachment is the source of all suffering. Like a lovely flower full of color but lacking in fragrance, are the words of those who do not practice what they teach. Life is easy for the man who is without shame, impudent as a crow, a vicious gossip, vain, meddlesome, dissolute. But life is hard for the man who quietly undertakes the way of perfection, with purity, detachment and vigor. He sees light. Don't keep searching for the truth, just let go of your opinions. The thought manifests as the word manifests as the deed. The deed develops into habit, and the habit hardens into character. So watch the thought and its ways with care, and let it spring from love, born out of concern for all beings. You only lose that which you cling to. There has to be evil so that good can prove its purity above it. To live a pure, unselfish life, one must count nothing as one's own in the midst of abundance. Change is never painful, only the resistance to change is painful. Don't pray for lighter burdens, but for stronger backs. Treat others with respect. How you treat others will be how they treat you. Letting go of our suffering is the hardest work we will ever do. The greatest impurity is ignorance. Free yourself from it. Be pure. Forgive and be free. Forget that you have forgiven and be freer. Happiness will never come to those who fail to appreciate what they already have. To walk safely through the maze of human life, one needs the light of wisdom and the guidance of virtue. Every experience, no matter how bad it seems, holds within a blessing of some kind. The goal is to find it. He who experiences the unity of life sees his own self in all beings. When a wise man is advised of his errors, he will reflect on and improve his conduct. When his misconduct is pointed out, a foolish man will not only disregard the advice but rather repeat the same error. Wherever we go, wherever we remain, the results of our actions follow us. Do not speak, unless it improves on silence. To stop suffering, stop greediness. Greediness is a source of suffering. Nirvana is this moment seen directly. There is nowhere else than here. The only gate is now. The only doorway is your own body and mind. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing else to be. There's no destination. It's not something to aim for in the afterlife. It's simply the quality of this moment. Joy comes not through possession or ownership but through a wise and loving heart. Be a lamp to yourself. Be your own confidence. Hold on to the truth within yourself as to the only truth. With his mind free from the inflow of thoughts and from restlessness, by abandoning both good and evil, an alert man knows no fear. The wind cannot shake a mountain. Neither praise nor blame moves the wise man. Rely on the teaching, not on the person. Rely on the meaning, not on the words. Rely on the definitive meaning, not on the provisional. Rely on your wisdom mind, not on your ordinary mind. Kindness should become the natural way of life, not the exception. Perfect wisdom, perfect tranquility, perfect compassion arise from our love, our sincerity, our understanding. Do not overlook tiny good actions, thinking they are of no benefit. Even tiny drops of water in the end will fill a huge vessel. Do not overlook negative actions merely because they are small. However small a spark may be, it can burn down a haystack as big as a mountain. Whatever words we utter should be chosen with care, for people will hear them and be influenced by them for good or ill. There is no fire like greed, no crime like hatred, no sorrow like separation, no sickness like hunger of heart, and no joy like the joy of freedom. Health, contentment and trust are your greatest possessions, and freedom your greatest joy. Look within. Be still. Free from fear and attachment, know the sweet joy of living in the way. Life is dear to all beings. They have the right to live the same that we do. A fool learns nothing from a wise man, but a wise man learns from a fool. Life is a river always flowing. Do not hold on to things. Work hard. There is nothing more dreadful than the habit of doubt. Doubt separates people. It is a poison that disintegrates friendships and breaks up pleasant. I am a finger pointing to the moon. Don't look at me, look at the moon. Crying with the wise is better than laughing with the fool. Gautama Buddha.
And that's not all. Our experts and regular viewers respond to all comments. Also check if you forgot to subscribe and set your bell to receive notifications about new audiobooks and other useful self-development materials that we release regularly. Join in the discussions, don't forget to give likes and, if possible and inspired, support the development of the channel financially. All useful links will be in the description and the first attached comment. Goodness, love and wisdom to all. And now move on to watch the next part of the video at the links below, or choose something from the playlists of the channel and those you see on the screen.